Welcome back to the Kansas City Rebuild Series. Last episode, we ended up winning the first game against Detroit. The second game, we simmed as well and won. So we're off to a 3-2 start. At this point, we end up going to play the Mets in New York. And the top of the 13th, Alberto Mondesi able to slide in the third, and he ends up being the winning run in the game. In the top of the 13th, we were able to finish the game out, win the first game against the Mets. The second game against the Mets, Senzel's going to score a run here, tying the game up 2-2 in the top of the 6th. But in the bottom of the 6th, a solo home run by Ramos was enough to get the job done, and we lose the second game to the Mets. In this episode, we are going to play the third and final game against the New York Mets, and Brady Singer and Zach Wheeler are going to go toe-to-toe in the pitching matchup. Zach Wheeler comes in at a 7.11 ERA. Brady Singer comes in at a 1.80, so it's going to be a good matchup. Zach Wheeler's ERA is a little inflated compared to what he actually is and how good he is, but you'll see that in this episode as we go toe-to-toe in the final game against the New York Mets.
Welcome to Citi Field, New York's National League ballpark in Flushing, Queens. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Kansas City Royals and the New York Mets. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Brady Singer gets the ball for the Royals in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, take a look at that career ERA in the low twos. Not an easy thing to do in the day of smaller ballparks and guys hitting a lot of home runs. One thing he does, he stays away from the barrel.
So you know how good Brady Singer is. So we're going to take it off in the bottom of the second. A swing and miss here. Strikeout number one for Brady Singer. This matchup between Wheeler is going to be a big one. Here we go to the top of the third where Singer is trying to get a bunt down to move the runner over, and an error at second actually ends up getting us safe at first himself. So 2 on, no outs, was not able to get a run in, but Singer already starting off with a great day. Here's another strikeout on the curveball in the bottom of the third, but he's not done here. Going to the bottom of the third, 3-2 count. Just able to blow by a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So Brady Singer having a wonderful day. Going to keep it up here with a 3-2 count. Ground out to first. Gets it to Singer, able to touch the bag. Through 4, a no-hitter. Here he comes up for a second at-bat in the top of the 5th. 100 average, or 1,000 average, sorry, in his career, and he's going to get another single here. So starting off 2 for 2 in his career. Witt going to try to help out the cause here with a single to center field. So guy on first and second. Top of the 5th, looking for something over the middle to drive. Gonna walk to Mondi to load the bases, and guess who's up? O'Hearn, our number 1 hitter from last year. Check swing there. No, so he actually walks in the run. Singer from third coming in. Perez trying to help out as well. He's going to dive and miss, so that's going to score at least 1 run. Royals take a 2-0 lead. Singer trying to hold back the Mets offense. Still a no-hitter through 5 innings.
No hits and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down. Still a little early.
No hits, 3-2 count. Bottom of the 5th, and another strikeout for Brady. So no-hitter through 5.
Down in order go the Mets.
Let's see if he could pull off the no-hitter. Absolutely crazy that he could go through 5 innings without no hits, especially against the Mets, who have shown that they can hit pretty well. One person that is hitting well this game is Singer. He's going to single up the middle, and he is 3 for 3 on the day. Our pitcher, 3 for 3, so can't ask for better hitting than that. Going to the pitching side, finally giving up first hit. Bottom of the 6th, so the no-hitter is done. So Singer, happy with the day so far. Here we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still trying to figure it out. Another strikeout there. Gonna see if he could go a full game here. Bottom of the 9th, 1-2 count. Rosario, ground out to second. 2 outs away from a complete game shutout.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. And he'll put
Able to run that down. Salvi down to the last out of the 9th. Guy on first from a walk. That's going to do it. A complete game shutout in 103 pitches. A huge game for Brady Singer. I mean, he is just crazy right now. I cannot believe how well he is playing. I can't believe how good he actually is. And it makes me wonder what the Royals are actually doing in real life, not bringing him up. So we go on to the next game. It is a series at Washington. We end up going to Washington, winning 6-3. So we improved to a 6-3 record. Playing very, very well. Duffy giving up 3 runs at 6 2/3. But Arenado and Hicks able to kind of shut down the rest. Win 6-3. Jorge Lopez has sustained an injury. Fractured wrist, out 1 to 2 months. So now we are stuck in a place where we don't know what we're going to do for our 5th pitcher. We do lose that game 13-0, so blown out. So let's look at what we got for young players down in the minors. Let's see how everyone's doing. Right now, it is very early in the season, so the ERAs are kind of weird. You know, we're not really looking at total ERAs because they've only pitched like 1 or 2 games. But Shane Baz has been killing it. He did very, very good last year. You can't really see stats because he's in the minors. But Shane Baz did really, really well last year. So I think what we're going to do instead, though, is go out, try to find a pitcher to kind of a starting pitcher that's in the majors already and try to get him in, try to get him some wins, trying to just kind of wait until Lopez comes back. And if that doesn't work, then we might think about going elsewhere. But what we're looking at is trying to get rid of that Ian Kennedy $16.5 million salary. We don't want it. Mike Minor, $9.5 million for him. And I think we could probably get a trade here and possibly even get a young prospect. So we're going to try Mike Minor. Jake Berger is a third baseman. We don't really need third base, so to speak, as far as young guys, as we have some great young guys. But we're going to go ahead and offer this trade. Goes through. Reason we got rid of Cam Gallagher is because I don't think he's ever going to make it to the majors with the catchers we already have.
Baseball from the Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Cleveland Indians and the Kansas City Royals. It's going to be fun marveling at 2 of the best in the game, and it's next on MLB Network. Garrett Cole, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Matt, I'm a big fan of Garrett Cole. Big, strong guy. Former first-round draft pick out of UCLA. 96 to 98 miles an hour with sink. Hard slider. His changeup has gotten better the longer he's pitched.
Bottom of the 1st, Merrifield going to single to start off the game, trying to get the game going on a good note after losing to the Washington Nationals. Going to pull this one into right field, and that's going to be a single there. So bottom of the 1st, guy on 1st and 2nd. Trying to get some runs in here to help Garrett Cole out. He's pitched very, very well this year so far. 2.77 ERA in 2 outings, but not able to get anything going in the bottom of the 1st, even though we got a guy on 1st and 2nd. Down to the bottom of the 6th. Mondesi trying to get something going here. He's going to get it out to the gap. That's going to be an easy triple for Mondi. You know how fast he is. He turns easy gappers into triples. So not able to get him in from home. Going to Garrett Cole's pitching. Thrown out at home plate. So no runs for them. And then Valdez comes in, top of the 9th. Gives up a solo home run to Ramirez. He gives up 2 more runs. So 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. And we finally get out of the inning, but not after giving up 5 runs in the 9th.
Finish tonight. Cleveland came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win.
So not able to pick up the victory against the Indians. In our next episode, we're going to go play the rest of the Indians as well as the next series. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Feel free to hit that red subscribe button. Also hit that like button if you enjoyed the episode. On the left side of the card will be the last episode. If you missed it, make sure you click on that. The right side will be the whole series starting from episode 1. Until next time, Slacker out.